What's up, guys? Welcome to a bag episode. What a perfect place to bring Shimoda's new Urban Explorer to the city. The only city that's around me anyways, the city of rocks. So I was supposed to, I'm a horrible YouTuber. I was supposed to do this video like a couple weeks ago. I've had this bag for a while. I've been traveling with it a lot. So the good thing about that though is that I have watched a bunch of the other videos and read all the comments. And so watching other videos left me with questions, and it left other people with questions because I saw them. So I'm gonna try to address some of that and talk a little bit. This is gonna be a little bit different than the other bag videos, maybe, at least how I use it and what I focus on. So first thing right here, check this out. This is number one favorite thing. Peak Design capture clip. Like, that's standard, right? On all my bags. This is my 5th bag, but the way that they did this, we're gonna go into that. Number one favorite thing. All right, so let's do a quick size comparison real quick. This is my 4th Shimoda bag and Camera Lady's 2nd technically, because we're probably gonna share this one. Action X 50, Action X 35, nope, Explorer V2 35, Explorer V2 25, Action X 25, Urban 20. So I'll talk about why I got this one, because not a lot of people seem to be interested in the 20, but whatever. First question I've seen on a lot of people's YouTubes already, does this stand up like this one? Nope. Sometimes it does, sometimes, but it's finicky. It doesn't stand up very well like this one does, like all of these. All right, let me get a little more comfortable and then we'll resume. Okay, we're semi-comfortable here. Luckily it's cold enough there's no snakes right now. Probably. It's still 60. Let's talk about, as I unpack this and go over some features, a couple things that I've seen people asking about. This is the 20 liter. This is the smallest that they make it, so you can, I'm 6'1" for reference. This is the smallest tripod that I have. This is the Ulanzi and the 0Y tripod. I love this thing. I've done a review about it. You can check that out. But for travel purposes, I wouldn't put much more in this thing. But it does fit really nicely, and you saw how that stuck out. So there's a tripod. Next question I saw people ask, can it fit a water bottle on the other side? This is a 1 liter water bottle. It can fit it. It is not easy to get it in here though. Like, after you stretch it out a little bit, it goes in fine. But initially, you might be hard pressed to think that it won't fit. So a thinner, taller one would definitely behoove you to have, but I can get my full 1 liter Hydro Flask bottle in there. All right, so let me just go around the outside of the bag real quick first. As everybody else has said, I love this material. This stuff is made out of the plastic bottles and like the recycled business, so I love that. Oh yeah, the Cordura, it has it written on there. It's really nice. I had it in white sands. The sand just kind of brushes off real nice. Oh, here's some more sand, speaking of that. Personally, I'm not too worried about scratches and all of that. It's just not something that I really care about because I scratch the crap out of my bags and I live out here. So walking through cacti and hard rocks and all of that stuff, this bag I think will hold up to it as well as the rest of these bags. And I've had the Action X 50 since 2019. I've had the Explorer V2 since 2021. And then I've had the other two, the Action X V2 and this one we've had for like a year now, maybe a little less than that. We've had them since whenever these came out. So they're kind of new. So that's the outside. Love the zippers. These YKK zippers are incredible. They make it, it's not completely water sealed, but I've never had any issues even with my other bags with water, and I've been in some pretty bad rains. I've been in the rivers, stuff like that, around the oceans. So seeing this zipper, I think it's going to hold up even better. Very stoked about that. It's on all the outsides. Big, beefy, weather resistant stuff there. Front outside pocket Love this. This is very handy because space is limited on a 20 liter bag. I can't fit too much in the top. I'll show you what's in the top in a little bit, but right here, got a rain shell, so that's nice to have. And I like that there's inside here, there's pockets too that you can zip things in if you need. It goes all the way down, and more importantly, it goes up so that I can slip that rain shell, the top of it, in there so that it can not bulk out, you know. So I really like that. Okay, side pockets. So I still question this. I know that they're trying to cut, you know, this is like aluminum, so that's really nice, or the anodized aluminum or something. It's not plastic, it's metal. Just loops in there and then cinch down for your tripod. It's not the smoothest thing in the world, at least for me, but I don't have an issue too much with it. It is nice though, with being metal, that the clippy bits won't break on you, so that's good. Side pouch, number 1. This is for side access. I don't use it, it's there, but the cool thing about the internal cores is there's a zippy bit here that you can fold the flap down and use the side bit with the internal core. So if you need that, it's there. I love these guys, the side handles. I absolutely love these, and they're everywhere. There's one on every side of the bag, and that makes me so happy because it's so stupid to say like how important these little handles are for pulling it out of the car, picking it up off the ground, taking it out of the airport, whatever, you know, the airplane. Shimoda also made these kind of springy so that they don't like take up a lot of space or tend to get snagged on anything. And I just think that's really smart. So when you let it go, it kind of springs back. And I love that. Oh, you know what? There's not one on this side. So that's, just pick it up like that, I guess. But the important ones here are definitely the back one. The bottom one is by far, when Shimoda started doing this, it was kind of a silly little game changer, but it is a big deal. All right, so that's the sides. That's, oh, this pocket here, this is cool. This is pretty smart. So he's got a little chargey port here that I've got, you can just get your little battery, your power pack, and some cords, and you can loop it in there, and you can charge anything that's in your camera bag that's chargeable, like, you know, your mirrorless cameras. A lot of them can charge through USB-C, so you can run that in there, and I just think that's super smart. Or you could have your power pack run into a phone or a light or anything you need to charge, and I think that's cool. Cable management, big fan. Okay, let's get to the good stuff here. This is the strap I was talking about. So the genius that they finally had is to split that. So now you don't have to put, not only do you have to not worry about the strap size being too thick, and I have harped on this forever. I wish Peak Design would make bigger ones that accommodated bigger straps. I mean, I know they can do it, but they don't. So the genius of Shimoda is to finally put this little strappy bit in here. So now not only do you not have to worry about fitting this, you also don't have to worry about putting it over the whole strap and it digging into your shoulder. And it was never a problem for me until I let my son borrow my bag, and he's 15. And when we went to Scotland and he was wearing it and I still had this on, and he was like, God, my shoulder hurts so bad. And I looked down and it's like, oh, the clip is on there. We had to take that off. So this is genius. And from now on, I'm gonna like try to modify all of my other bags to like maybe sew one of these onto a strap or something. I'll figure it out. I love this. The straps themselves, they got the aluminum bits up here, and the nice thing about this is that this is the backpacking style, similar to all the other Shimodas and like actual backpacking backpacks. These will help you keep the bag flush on your back or loosen it up and drop it down. These little things are what really help it maintain a low profile and keep the rigidity and structure on your back. The shoulder pads themselves, the straps themselves are they're unisex, so they're made, I think they were modeled from the women's one. Don't quote me on that, not 100%, but I'm pretty sure they're made for both men and women, and Camera Lady says that they fit nicely. They're pretty padded. They're definitely a different shape. They're narrower, and there's no pockets like on Shimoda's other bags. So that goes in line with the urban design and the sleekness and all that stuff. I do kind of love my pockets. I've grown used to them on the shoulder straps and the wider shoulder straps for me. Having said that, I have taken this bag and I have hiked, you know, 5, 10 easy miles hard miles. I've done a lot of hiking with this bag in non-urban areas, up sand dunes and rocks and places like this. The straps have held up really well in terms of my comfort. I haven't felt any shoulder pain or anything like that. And I think that's worth noting that I actually have some moderately heavy stuff in here, and the shoulder straps really help hold it together. They do a good job. Oh, last thing here on the back, they got the strappy bit for the, if you have a rolly luggage thing, which I don't, or at least I've never used. I wanted to mention the back pad because I don't think other people have really mentioned this. The back pad, after having hiked a lot in the desert with this thing over the last month or so, it is prone to sweat a little bit. Personally, I don't actually sweat that much, which is kind of weird. Camera lady thinks I'm a freak, but I do, I do get hot. I am human, and after hiking with this back pad is better than the Action X, the regular one, the first one, because the Action X doesn't have the mesh pad. Only this comes from the Explorer line. So I'm very happy about the back pad. I'm very happy that it's comfortable, it's breathable. It's got the grooves here that pop out, so you've got airflow in both directions there. Very comfortable, very breathable after having hiking. Because even if you are, whether you're in a city or not, if you're walking around all day, on a lot of bags you're going to feel it, but this minimizes what it can, and I'm quite happy with that. Should we talk about the most controversial issue now? Camera lady keeps telling me to mention the controversy. I've seen a lot of comments asking about a hip strap. I've seen a lot of comments saying no hip strap, no buy. I've seen a lot of people saying, yeah, but can we put hip straps in there? Personally, I'm a hip strap guy. I would not probably wear this bag without one. There is a pass-through here. So don't quote me on this, I haven't tried it, but some of these other Shimodas are removable, but they're thicker, they're bigger, and I don't want to even, bulk that down like that. So here's my solution. Let me just go into my handy dandy laptop sleeve. Let me just, you can also fit a fair amount of goodies. We've got granola bars, we've got drugs, ibuprofen, we've got lights, we've got phone accessories. So in the laptop sleeve, which I don't have a laptop that can fit in here because this can only fit a 14-inch, I have this guy. So I had this from one of the Peak Design bags that I have, and Peak Design sells these separately, but it is a foldy-uppy waist strappy thing, and I'm fairly confident that's their technical term. But I love this because it's very portable, it's very light, it doesn't take up a lot of room. I can leave it in my laptop sleeve. I don't ever have it in there. Since I've had this bag, I've had this on 100%. Camera lady told me to take it off so that you could see the whole process. So I'm just gonna thread this through real quick. There we go. It wasn't intended to be this way, but I think it works really well. And the cool thing is you can fold these up, while it's on, and then that's kind of nice. And it's really easy to take in and out. There's no Velcro inside here to keep this from sliding around. But the whole point of this for me is that when I'm wearing it, it's not necessarily to take a load off because this is such a small bag. I'm not going to have that much of a load in there. It's going to keep it from swaying on my back because I'm out here, I'm hiking around the rocks, I'm hiking around the dunes, whatever. I'm in uneven terrain. This is going to keep that from swaying, and just for me personally, it drives me nuts to have a bag that is not really secure to me when I'm, this kind of motion and I'm swaying. So I have to have this, and I think you can probably buy these separately on Peak Design's website. If you can, I'll have a link for it down below. The other reason why I say about the load thing is, so we've got the back panel here, which is like all Shimoda's, the back door access, which I absolutely love. But the stability, this thing, it being a 20 liter, another thing that separates it from a lot of other bags is it's got the internal aluminum frame. And that's a huge deal for me, again, because it just creates a lot of rigidity, and not only from when you're wearing it, like makes it very secure when you're wearing it, but having things piled on top of this, having it, throwing it down on the ground, pulling it out from the airport, whatever, the bag is more rigid with the aluminum frame, and I really appreciate that. And then having the core unit inside gives it more stability. So on the inside, we've got another laptop sleeve, which again, don't have another laptop for that, or you could put a tablet in there or something, but my military broken body has knee braces. I have them everywhere. So lots of good stuff there. So also there is a rain shell in here. Comes with a rain shell, and that's awesome because I've seen a lot of people who say they don't like setting their bag down. So this isn't just good for the rain. This is really great for if you just want to throw this over your bag, like if you're out here in the middle of nowhere, or if you're in a dirty city like New York City or something, you want to set it down somewhere, you could just put your rain shell on. And it comes with it, so that's great. I did mention the outside of this is pretty water resistant. More importantly for me, in the desert, not so much water resistant, but dust and dirt resistant. So having these thicker zippers on the back here too, and being at like white sands and sand dunes and out here in the desert, I haven't had any issue with sand getting in when I don't want it to. Now, if you leave it open, like I would never do, camera lady is glaring at me so hard right now, then things could find their way in. All right, so let's do a quick what's in my bag. This is the most I'll ever have in here, but this is an R5 with the adapter with a EF 16 to 35. So that fits in there just like that. There's rock wrens all around me. So if you hear that right now, that is a rock wren. And it knows that I don't have my 500. I have a 70 to 200. So this is also in the bag. I do stand this up, and it does. And I also keep this up so that I can grab my grip like that. And it shuts just fine. Zero issue with that. I know some people were concerned about that, but this is my 7200 RF F4. Stands up just fine, right at the edge, but the pad is there. And then I've got a 24-18 in here just in case I need a fast prime for Astro or filming at night. I've got my little Zoleo, very handy, just satellite texty thing because we're out here in the middle of nowhere. A lot of times we don't have service. If I need to text my son or something or whatever. Very important. Extra battery. Right here I have a little filter. This is an awesome filter. This is the Freewell V2, and the case itself is a lot smaller, which I appreciate than the other Freewells that I have that I like a lot. But this guy, this is an all-in-one 3 to 7 stop circular polarizer and ND filter all in one, and it's just like this, and it's got two magnetic clippy bits on each side. So that's fantastic. So if I, even if I just want to throw this in here, that's even more cutbacks for space. So that was just a little tangent. I absolutely love this little filter. It's the best all-in-one little filter. Like it doesn't do everything, but if I can get this done for video, photos, whatever, and that's it. So this is 10.6 inches by 7.8 inches wide. That's what the small core unit is. It'll also fit the RF 1 to 400 in here perfectly, which when I'm going on my scouting wildlife stuff, just having that, and I just pull this divider out, I can have a 1 to 400 attached to my R5 perfectly. And just like all of Shimoda's other bags, the cores can come right out, and I don't know if one comes with it, but I have the core covers for the other ones that you can zip around and just carry this if you have to, or if you just want to have an empty bag and use this as a regular backpack, you can unzip it right here, and you'll have top access to the whole thing, or you can continue to use the side pouch. The other cool thing about the aluminum frame is the aluminum frame is what keeps the core in there, and it keeps it from moving around. So unlike a lot of other things, you don't have to deal with Velcro or those weird clippy bits or anything like that. It stays in there nice and strong. And then you've got extra space up here for, I can put my drone controller up here, or stuff a jacket or filters, case, whatever. So that's really handy. And then last thing, it's got the thicker dividers. Shimoda said they did this because it gives a little more rigidity and it keeps things from moving around, and gives a little more bracing when you have heavier things around there. So at the expense of a little bit of space, I'm not sure how I feel about it. I don't think I really care. I think I'm kind of neutral. I've seen some comments where this bothers people. Shimoda do sell their dividers, the regular thin ones. If you want those, you can pick them up on their website separately as accessories and swap it out. It wouldn't be that big of a deal, I wouldn't think. But so far, I've been happy with the thicker dividers. Like they're not gonna give me that much more room, I don't think. This is literally like as much gear as I would ever put in here, and this is normally gonna be right here on the clippy bit. So I think this is great. All right, so that's my take on the Urban Explorer in not so urban areas, because I don't, y'all know me, I'm not a city boy. I don't live near a city, I don't go to the city, but when I do, I'm definitely rolling with this. Like when I go to Albuquerque, when I go to Santa Fe, which I go to a lot, if I just want a day hike, this is the biggest reason why I got this bag. If Camera Lady and I just want to go out for a walk and we're not sure what we're going to do, we're going to take this and we're going to throw this kind of stuff in here, and we'll have all of our bases covered if something comes up. If we want to take a photo, or if we want to make a video or whatever, we're not going to feel overburdened or loaded down or anything like this. And having a smaller bag like this really forces me to take less gear, and that's been really important to me personally lately. So if I missed anything, or if you have any questions about anything, let me know in the comments below. Kickstarter is 25% off right now. I think you get it by February. So that's it. This is going to be my day bag moving forward. I'm super stoked about it. I love, especially with the addition of the waist strap for me, that makes it kind of the perfect day bag. And like I said, I'll have the links down below. If you want any of the other Shimoda stuff, you can use my links for that, for discount code HAUL10 for 10% off of anything else on the Shimoda website. And this is 25% off right now for the Kickstarter. Boy, it got really cloudy, didn't it? Like, it was sunny earlier. I don't think it's gonna rain, but all right. Well, it's tea time. So questions down below. Hit that like button if you made it this far. I really appreciate it. I hope you like the new bag. I will see you out there pretty soon. I'm fixing to go chase some really, really rare birds in the desert, and I hope that pans out, but that's tomorrow. That'll be next week's video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.